Hello and welcome to LifeWave's X39 launch. I'm Kelly Fowler and I'm going to be your host. I'm joining in from Florida on the West Coast, and we're going to go over a wonderful technology that I've been experiencing for 3.5 years now, and it's done wonders for me. I'm going to share my story with you later on during this presentation, but we're going to get right into it. Going to spend 30 minutes of your time, and I thank you for joining us. And whomever invited you, please get back with them and they can explain how you can get started with them with this awesome technology. So the very first thing we're going to go over is an overview right here, and I'll be right back with you at the end of this video.
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisitinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology. This is the team. And this is your moment. This is it.
I love this video. It gives a great overview of our business. So we're going to go ahead and talk about David Schmidt. He is our CEO and our inventor. And rarely do you have a business, a company, where there's the founder is the inventor and the CEO. And we have that all wrapped up in LifeWave with David Schmidt. He has over 200 patents. Like I said, he's our scientist and inventor. He specializes in age reversing. And that's what this little patch does. It reverses us in our age. And it's in 2008, he focused all his attention on stem cell research. He was told he wouldn't be able to do it, but he did. He persevered. And in recent, this X39 technology is patented. It took him 10 years and $4.5 million of his own money to bring it to market. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about David. He started out in the 90s working with the Navy SEALs to help them with energy and being able to sleep when they had long hours away from the sun in submarines. He took the technology and he started LifeWave in 2004. I'm so grateful he did because this has truly changed my life and so many lives around me that I have shared it with. It is patented. I'll read some of the words on our patent. It's a wearable phototherapy apparatus that produces beneficial effects to a human body, such as activation of stem cells, improvement in strength, improvement in stamina, pain relief via a non transdermal container. Now, anytime you have a patent and you make claims like these, you have to have tests, data to back it up. And we do. David Schmidt did clinical trials where he took blood, urine, and saliva and bioelectrical measurements. And everything that our patent says that it does, it does. And I'm here to be a testimonial for all the wonderful benefits after 3.5 years. Again, like the video said, at thisisatinfo.com, that's where you can go and learn all about the patent, the clinical trials, all about what doctors are saying about it that are involved, all the information. What is phototherapy? It tells you right there in some short videos, but I'll just let you know phototherapy is the same thing that when you go in the sun and the sun rays touch our skin, we have a biochemical reaction. None of us ever feel it happening, but what happens is we make vitamin D, and we know vitamin D is very good for our bodies, our energy, and the mitochondria DNA. Well, the same thing when we put this patch on, it's going to elevate our own copper peptide and reactivate your own more youthful stem cell. And you can find that information at thisisatinfo.com. This is the site that I share with my doctors, my dentists, my accountants, my wealth management people, everyone, all the service people that come in to help me in my home. Everyone gets thisisatinfo.com because that's going to explain it to them and hopefully inspire them to get started. So why X39, our stem cell activation patch? Stem cells, they make up every organ in your body, every cell. As you age, your stem cells become dormant. At 30, you only have 50% of your stem cells active. And at 60, less than 10% of them are active. And they're all sleeping. That's why older people take a long time to heal. And we have a solution with X39. So how does it work? Again, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's patented nanocrystals right in the center because nothing's going in your body. There's no drugs, no chemicals or stimulants. It reflects light to activate. So it takes the heat from your body, it reflects a frequency back and tells your body to make copper peptide and reactivate your own stem cells. So being non-transdermal, that was important for me because I'm a natural person and I didn't want anything crossing my blood-brain barrier going into my body. And that's what non-transdermal means. We put this patch on, but there's nothing going into your body. It really acts as a reflector because it is non-invasive. And I'd just like to make a disclaimer, and I'm going to reiterate this at the end. LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. It's just a tool, like a wellness supplement that you may take. I wear it every day, just like I take my supplements every day. So what are some of the benefits of X39? There's so many, but here are just a few. You have increased strength, reduced inflammation, increased stamina, energy and vitality, mental clarity, restored muscle and skeletal conditions, improved sleep, and improvement in skin appearance. Like I said, it's age reversing. So a lot of people who've been on a patch, they always say that they don't have as many fine lines and wrinkles. Everyone says they're looking younger. Excuse me. For me, it was important because I'm a breast cancer survivor. I had metastatic breast cancer in 2010, and I didn't do chemo and radiation or the tamoxifen. I did a natural approach where in that year I had 3 surgeries. And what I noticed is that immediately when I put this patch on in February of 2023 was the mental clarity, was that I didn't have any more hot flashes, that I felt happy. It helped with my mood because I used to be a little, because every now and then, every hour, you're getting hot, then you were getting cold, and it was an irritant. So I noticed that my mood was just off, but my mood came back and it became normalized, and I became a happy, loving self again. My sleep had improved. I didn't have night sweats anymore. When I would wake up, the bed would be dry. So there's so many of these benefits that I saw quickly. But again, it depends on what you have going on in your body and what your inflammation level is, how long you will see results. But I guarantee you, you keep patching up, you will see all of these benefits and more. You will achieve optimum health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. This here is a topography map of a woman. This was part of one of our clinical studies. She's 77 years old and she placed the X39 on the back of her neck. Well, in session one, as you can see, she had a lot of inflammation in her brain. When we have inflammation in our brain, we call it brain fog. Your balance can be off, your mood can be off. A lot of people can be depressed, bipolar, a lot of things can be happening that are brain related. But as you can see in session one, a lot of red, that showed a lot of inflammation in her brain, a lack of brain coherence. Session two, she had only been on the patch for 3 weeks. All the red is gone, no more inflammation, improved brain coherence. A lot of times what I see when I patch people, if they're bent over walking or on a walker or cane, they don't need it anymore. They're walking upright. Their balance is improved. A lot of that has to do with having lack of brain coherence and patching them. So this says within 3 weeks, but sometimes I can see this happening within 45 minutes. It's really, truly amazing. And in session three, you see that she had been on the patch for 6 weeks, complete turnaround, brain coherence, all better. And like I said, I've seen this happen so many times. A lot of times I'll have people call me, I've been on depression medication, and they'll tell me the name of the medications, but they'll say, I've been on this medication for 20 years and it's never helped, but I'll put this patch on and I woke up happy today. I'm smiling. I want to do things where I was never like that before. My doctor has changed my medication so many times and nothing has helped. Can you please help me understand how this patch is helping me become happy when I've suffered from depression for so many years? And I just tell them, this is at info.com. Look at the studies. All the proof is there. So we have something that's phenomenal. Our long-term results with wearing X39, and again, this is based on our case studies, our clinical trials that you'll find at this is at info.com. The very first thing that's going to happen, copper peptide is a peptide we all have in our bodies, but again, it diminishes over time as we age. But you're going to reset over 4,000 of your genes. That's a third of your genome, okay? So that's immediate, as soon as you put the patch on. And then your brain becomes balanced, as we saw in that topography map of the 77-year-old woman's brain becomes balanced. Your collagen increases. Collagen is very important and is a part of our body, and it helps with the structure of our body, your organs, your skin, your hair, your nails. It does so much for us, and collagen is so key and critical. But what I love is that I can just put a patch on. I don't have to pop a pill or drink a potion to get increased collagen. And your heart reverses in age. According to our patent and our clinical studies and our trials, for every 6 months that you wear X39, your heart is 8 years younger. And I feel that because I'm 60, I'll be 61 in December. And I tell you, I don't feel my age, and I feel that I have more vigor, more energy, more strength, more stamina, and I just feel great. And I can tell that my heart is younger. I haven't had it tested like some other people have, but I can feel it happening for me. And this is not anti-aging, it's age reversing, and that's according to David Schmidt, our CEO and inventor. So how do we wear X39? You can wear X39 anywhere on your body, but to be consistent for our clinical trials, we would have the individuals wear it on the back of their neck, right where that bone protrudes in your back, or below our belly button. And you wear it for 12 hours a day. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off. We say only wear it for 12 hours because if you wear it longer, you can get a situation where you call it attenuation. And attenuation, what that means is you won't get all the benefits. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. There's no side effects or anything with this, no contraindications for any medications you may be on. But we want everyone to get the max out of the usage of X39. So we encourage everyone, set an alarm on your phone. I have an AM and a PM alarm on my phone, and that reminds me to put it on and take it off because we all know life be life and for us all, and we can get sidetracked and forget. But to get the max out of the technology for 12 hours a day, wear it, throw it away. And then when you're resting at night, you're going to reset, you're going to repair, and you're going to rejuvenate. And what I love about it is during the day, because some people say, well, can I wear it at night? Sure, you can if you like. However, you're going to get energy, clarity, focus, and all of that. So you want that during your waking hours. So I would tell people, generally, if possible, wear it during the day so that as you're sleeping, you're resting, repairing, and rejuvenating those second 12 hours. And then you put a new one on. When it comes in the mail, it comes in a beautiful blue envelope like this. And this is the envelope where you get 30 patches. So you get a month's supply. Just wear it every day, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, put a new one on the next day. So there's some wonderful testimonials for X39. It's life-changing. I'll share mine. Like I said, I had breast cancer. So I was suffering from hot flashes, night sweats, no libido, irritable, grumpy. I was pre-diabetic and had been pre-diabetic for 23 years because I got gestational diabetes with my oldest daughter and it never went back to normal. So I was suffering from that. I used to have skin tags that fell off after wearing X39 for a few months. But when I went to the doctor, because I had cancer and I didn't do, and it was metastatic and it had gone into my lymph nodes. But because I didn't do the chemo and radiation, I was going to the doctor every 3 months and then every 6 months. Well, the doctor couldn't believe it that my A1C had corrected and I had only been on the patch for a little over 3 months. And he said, "What did you do? What did you do?" And I whipped out my envelope and I shared with him X39, and he was very impressed and loved the technology as well, shared it with his wife. She had had plastic surgery and her wounds healed so well that all of the plastic surgeons wanted to know what she did. And my doctor was telling them and sharing X39 with them as well. But when my skin tag started falling off, and I just started feeling so good, and my libido came back. I never thought that would happen, and I was happy of that. My husband was happy as well. And I'll share his story. You know, all his blood work is normal, and he's losing weight, and skin is just as smooth and looking much younger. He just turned 70 yesterday. And we just love the technology, and I've shared with so many people, and there's so many stories to share, but we're interested to hear your story once you've gotten started. Here's a gentleman that had vitiligo, as you can see on the left, lots of, melanin missing in his skin. But on the right, as you can see, doesn't even look like he had vitiligo at all. And I have someone that I've shared it with as well that had vitiligo. 3 years ago, I shared it with him. He's still on the patch and all of his pigmentation has come back. And I can attest that this is happening and it's so true. It grows your hair back in. A lot of people who were growing hair, they said it was coming in gray. Now it's coming in black. And so you can see the before and after here with hair growth. Again, it's reverse aging, your age reversing, right? You see the woman, this is the same lady. You can see how on the left, how she looked, but on the right, her jowls are tightened up. Her neck is tightened up. Around her eyes are firmed up. She looks 30 years younger, in my opinion, but the same thing has been happening with me and my husband and my mom and so many people around. Age reversing. So, what's important in your life? Is it family time? Is it security, travel, better health, less debt? We all know what's happening in our economy today with the price of groceries, gas, healthcare, everything. We need alternatives. And with AI coming in and taking jobs away from people, I'm happy that I'm able to share X39 with individuals because there's a health component, as we've discussed. And now I'm going to transition to how you can generate additional revenue and have a wealth component with X39. So the opportunity happens by creating solution. Now, the current problems to solve is no one knows that your stem cells become dormant. So many people are struggling financially. And LifeWave offers solutions. We can reactivate your own stem cells, a more youthful stem cell, and it's income generating business. There's low investment. There's really no risk, but high returns. Let's talk about LifeWave a little bit. Like I said, it's a 20 plus year company. We're in over 75 countries. I think it's 83 now, but it's definitely, we're around the world. But you can see we're in the last 6 years, we've gone from $20 million to now we're close to pushing $1 billion. So we all know as we grow, all ships will rise. And there's projecting by 2035, or was it 2033? I was just at our convention and they put up a chart that showed we're at $125 million right now, or $1 billion industry with direct sales. We're going to rise up to $435 billion. LifeWave, we're number one in momentum. I'll show you that right now. This is 3 years in a row. Businessforhome.org. You can go look that up. LifeWave has been number one in momentum. So, of all the direct selling businesses out there, LifeWave has been number one over the last 3 years. We also won in 2025 the Biotech Breakthrough Award, and there were thousands of nominations of different companies from over 15 different countries. And LifeWave won out, and we became the winner of this award because of the innovation with our stem cell activation technology. And this is huge. When you look up Biotech Breakthrough, this here is very credible award, and we won it, and I'm so proud of how we were able to do this. So LifeWave and This Is It system allows you to duplicate your efforts. It's similar to a franchise, but you can start with a credit card. And everyone is building a business for their dreams. But what I love about this business is this: you're in business, it's your business. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, because this is a team effort. And we just duplicate ourselves. We have a system already in place. It's called our This Is It success system at thisisitteam.com. And there's 10 steps, then all you have to do is follow them and be consistent, and you too shall achieve your dreams. So there's 9 ways we get paid. I'm only going to go over a few of them because if you're interested, once you get started and you have a back office, if you're a brand partner, you'll have a back office. We do have customers, and there's some brand partners that say, I don't really want to build a team. I just want to get customers. And you can also get paid and have lots of revenue generated just by having customers. But there are 9 ways we earn revenue. So our retail profits are generated by, if you would go to someone's website, whomever invited you, if you go to their website, you can order as a retail customer 1 sleeve, and this is a sleeve, 30 patches for $149.95. You'll earn $50 every time someone does that. If they become a preferred customer, we have a preferred customer program where they would be on monthly subscription and they would get a sleeve in the mail every month. You can buy it for wholesale, which is $99.95, and the brand partner would earn $20, but that's $20 coming in every month. If you had 10 preferred customers, that's $200 you're getting every month. If you had 50 preferred customers, that's $1,000 you're earning every month. So you can see how with just getting customers, you can earn significant revenue to supplement whatever else you're doing with your 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, however many hours you're working in a day. But this is something that I do in addition to my business. I have another business, but I'm telling you, this is becoming more lucrative and consistent money. And we get paid every Tuesday. That money rolls over into your bank account every Tuesday. And it can be very significant, even if you're just getting customers. However, as a brand partner, us building a team, you want to become a manager first, a one-star manager, and all you need to do is sponsor someone on the right and someone on the left. We only have a right team or a left team. And you can unlock $25 a week for 9 weeks. That's quick upfront money that can be significant for you. If you have two people on the left, two people on the right, that's a two-star manager, and you can unlock $50 a week in your first 9 weeks. People are doing this within 48 hours. Some people do it within an hour of getting started because they got a mother, father, sister, brother, niece, nephew, cousins. Everyone needs what we have. Everyone has stem cells. And even if someone doesn't have a health challenge, I always tell them you want to constantly be age reversing. You want to constantly be reducing inflammation, increasing your collagen, building up your copper peptide because that's good for wound healing and so much more. And then activating your own stem cells and more youthful stem cells, something that you don't have to go pay tens of thousands of dollars for an injection that may or may not work, that has a 50% probability of being, effective when you inject it. And that's someone else's stem cells. You're not sure where they came from. That's why it's a 50% chance. Here, this is your own stem cells being activated and going in your body where you need it most. So we just teach people as a brand partner within the first 48 hours, if you will, let me show you how to go a one-star manager and then a two-star manager. Now, this is our binary bonus, and all you have to do, like I said, a lot of people think it's going to take a lot of people to build up your business and to earn a lot of income, but we saw some of the million-dollar makers crossing the stage, and like myself, I've sponsored 127 people. However, the people who are active and working the business, it may be only 5 or 6, but those 5 or 6 can take you all the way to the top. So it doesn't really take a lot of people, but I'm going to constantly be sharing and sponsoring people because I love this technology. And more importantly, I love what it's doing for me and so many people that I've introduced it to. So as you can see with our binary bonus, you can earn up to $25,000 a week. And in our breakthrough bonus, you can earn up to $100,000. So there's so many different ways. Again, once you get started as a brand partner, we have our compensation plan in detail in our back office, and it can go over all the details. We have a mentor matching bonus, which pays up to $20,000 per person on every level. And this is potentially earning through 6 generations or 6 levels. So as you can see, you can go from $500 all the way up to $20,000. And this is here significant income. And there's so many people able to do this. One young lady, her name is Penny, and she's a cattle rancher, and it's only 669 people in her whole town. And she was struggling and going through some challenges. Got started with LifeWave, and in 2 years rose up to presidential ranks and started making this kind of money. So it can happen. It's just really up to the individual, the type of people they're bringing into their business, who they're talking to, and if they're helping them and plugging them into our team, our This Is It system that helps them grow. So what's the difference between a conventional business versus a LifeWave business? I used to have a Levita massage franchise in Michigan, and it took $350,000 of my money to be able to even start it. It was 2,500 square feet, lots of overhead, 20 employees. I had 11 service rooms. There was years before I was able to make my money back or even be profitable. But it's a high startup cost with a conventional business, a lot of risk, lots of stress, long hours, trial and error, a learning curve, and limited earning potential. But what I love about the LifeWave business is that you can start with it on a credit card. There's no risk. It's stress-free. You can make your own schedule, and it's a proven system. You get mentorship because we work as a team, and it's unlimited earning potential. It's based on you and your work ethic and how you go about building your business. This is our order form. You can download this on This Is It team. But I generally just take the information from people, name, address, email, phone number, credit card information, and they tell me which kit they want or if they were a customer, how they want to get started. These are our different enrollment kits. A core is 3 sleeves for $295. Advanced is 6 sleeves for $535. As you can see, the more sleeves you get, you're saving money. And then Advanced Plus is our 11 sleeves for $975. And Premium is 20 sleeves for $1750. And that also includes credit for 2 months of monthly subscription. But most people who are very serious entrepreneurs, they come in as premium. To open up all 9 ways that we earn income, you want to get the advanced 6 sleeves. And you can always upgrade in the back office. So if you started off with advanced with 6 sleeves, you can upgrade to advanced plus where you would get the difference in the amount of product. So if you were 6 sleeves, then you upgrade to advanced, you would get 5 sleeves and you get the difference in cost. So the difference between 975 and 535 is what you would pay. And these are only one-time investments, so you can upgrade all the way up to premium. And I would encourage everyone to be on a monthly subscription because you need the patch for yourself. And then if you get 2 sleeves, you can have enough product to share with others. And that's what I do. I have enough on hand so that I can patch people and share the benefits of X39. These are our resource tools. Again, this is an info all about the product, hear about what the doctors are saying, and you can see the patent. And this is it team.com. That's our business building site where it has all the information on how to get started, how to launch your business, how to onboard our 10-step system, all your downloads for the if you were looking to learn how to go 1 or 2 star manager, these forms are there where you can download them, download the order form. Lots of great resources here. And we do have an app that's AI powered. It'll show you how you can go and put things out on social media. It'll create it for you. It can constant contact, keep track of all of your prospects. Great tool there within our business. This here, digitalalliance101.com. This is another resource where you can go there and put your mobile number in and they can send you links for all the Zooms that we have throughout the week. We have on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday is our training at 1, and we have training also Sunday evenings at 8. But you can get a link sent to you an hour before the Zoom so you don't have to remember the Zoom link and the passcode. It's just automatically sent to you. I also love the site because you can go and hear testimonials. It'll take you to YouTube and there's doctors, there's everyone. I have one on there too talking about my A1C and just having help with menopause symptoms and everything. So I love this site for that. So you go visit digitalalliance101.com and you can learn all about how it's helped so many people with their testimonials there. This here is our weekly schedule for our Zooms. You could take a screenshot of this. And again, like I said, that there's lots of opportunities. It's pretty much the meetings, the Zoom opportunities goes through the similar presentation. You'll hear other testimonials live. But these are resources for you to invite people that you may talk to on a regular basis to join in and hear more and get started. So the time is now to make your move. And if you're serious about your dreams, this is hope for your future. So again, LifeWave products are for general wellness and intended only to maintain or encourage a general state of health and a healthy activity. The content provided by LifeWave is presented in summary form in general in nature and is provided for informational purposes only. Always consult your physician or a qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new health regimen, diet, or fitness program. Do not disregard any medical advice you have received or delay in seeking it. LifeWave reserves the right to change product prices or selection. LifeWave makes no promises or guarantees regarding income. The success or failure of each individual brand partner, like any other business, depends on your skills and personal effort. You should not rely on the results of other LifeWave brand partner as an indicator of what you will earn. We have to make these disclaimers because a lot of times people will say, oh, you're putting things out there like everybody can do it. But as we all know, it depends on you. You are the X factor, if you will, on how well you'll do. And I tell everyone, you're in business for yourself, but never in business by yourself. Because there's always people like myself to help you with whatever you're dealing with and going through. And then we have 2024 US earnings disclosures. So that's pretty much it. And I just want to thank you for your time and your attention. And whomever invited you, please get back with them and get started. And we'll see you on the other side.